Hey YouTube, it's John here. We're going to try our hand at some wiring today. So here's our panel, and we want our switch down on this end. So we purchased some lights. We're going to put them up on the barn extension. I've got two of them here. So we're going to try to wire a plug, because these have plugs on the end, and stick it up in the center, and then extend our barn lights. Either a disaster or a success, but we're going to try it. Now, I'm not an electrician. I'm not an expert. So I'm just showing you what I'm going to do. Do not take this as advice for what you should do. You should always consult a professional. All right? So let's get our light switch mounted, because I guess that's going to be our starting point, because I'm not touching this box till the very end. So come on along, enjoy the ride. Okay, we got our box mounted where we wanted it. So what's next? I guess we're going to have to figure out how to run the wire from the fuse box to the switch box. And then we'll concentrate on the wire from the switch box up to where we're going to put the lights. Make sense? Because I'm confused. But let's keep trucking. I was going to try to measure it, but I figure it's easier just to run the wire. So let's get up here and see what we can do. There. Okay, I hope that was the hard part. Keep moving this ladder. Hey, you know what has two thumbs and hates climbing ladders? This guy. That's not bad. Got that done. All right, you guys want to see a cool tool? It takes this metal off of this thing without harming the wire, I guess. You slide that in there, clamp it down, and it cuts the metal, but it only cuts so deep. and then it just twists right off. How cool is that? Okay, we're gonna have to slide this job on, and this is gonna screw into our box. So it's gotta go that way. Slide that on there. Alright, I think we did this backwards. Screw this in first. Now let's get it. Starting to look like an electrician. I'm going to put a couple of these little wire hooks in. Try to keep this as neat as I can. Guess I'll zip tie the tops. Okay, we got our second box hung up here. Now, I'm gonna just tie this up. Because I need a way to hold this so I can run this cable. That might just work. Just hold it up there so I can get a couple of tacks to run this cable along that little beam there. That's why you bring extra screws. That looks like an expert did it. Okay. one's sharp. These boxes come with little plugs, so make sure you plug all the holes you're not going to use. We're going to use this bottom one. So let's get this thing screwed in. Ooh, that barely fit. So let's tuck this cable behind here and let's make us some wire using our fancy little, I don't even know what you call this thing, but it works. You know, you may wonder why I just don't hire an electrician. Well, in this environment, we're going to have to learn to do everything we can because things aren't going to get easier. So, this little experience actually teaches me a lot about wiring, you know, some basics. I had to study, watch some YouTube videos, look online, figure out some stuff on myself. Of course, you also get to ask questions when you go pick up the stuff at the electrical supply. And now I have the experience of doing some electrical. So it's all about just teaching yourself how to maintain what you got. Look at that. Now comes the thinking part. What wire goes to what wire? We know these two white wires are going to go together because what we're doing is breaking, I guess they call it the black, the hot. So that's going to go into the switch. And then we've got to ground wires. So let's strip a couple of wires. You see these? Don't go buy these if you don't plan on doing electrical work in the future. These were like $40. Everybody on YouTube recommended these, but what nobody ever said was how much they cost. So I could have gotten away with some cheaper strippers. Well, they do work though. So these two are not going to get J-hooked. They're going to get spliced together with a wire nut. So we'll give them a twist. Well, that's not going to work. Can't have any copper showing. Still not going to work. Now that works. Nothing showing. I thought this thing had a little tool to do a little J-hook. I'm going to strip you a little more off of this one. Oh, very nice. So I'm just screwing in the ground wire. So we got two of them out of our way. Now this one. Now see, that's one thing I learned. Put your wire in the same direction you're going to screw, and it'll make it tighten. Okay, I guess the tool does work pretty darn good. Okay, that should be our light switch. There we go. I guess this bad dog screws in right there. Voila! We have a plug. I'll be damned. Okay, we got our plug wired up. Let's get this faceplate on and see how it looks. Like a professional did it. Except for I didn't match the color of the plug to the color of the faceplate. Oh well. I'm sure the wife will have something to say about that. So the last step is going to be hang some lights and plug them in. And oh, that's not the last step. We still have to get main power. Well, YouTube, up until now, we've just been playing with wires. So now we have to play with electricity. So I've already turned the main off, and I have my, my little tester here to make sure when I take this panel off. I already tested the plug. The lights don't work. So I'm pretty sure there's no electricity, but we're still not taking any chances. So every time I come towards this box, I'm going to test it with this thing. So let's get this panel off. So it appears the way our wiring goes is we're going to put the white on this bar, and the hot's going to the fuse. I have a 15 amp fuse, and the reason I did that, because you'll see these are all 20s, is that I use 14-2 wire, which is rated for 15 amps. And the switches are 15 amps, and I'm only running 2 lights on this circuit, so it should handle it fine. So we're going to need to pull out a knockout, and then we're going to pull one of these. Oh, just so you know, we got nothing. We got nothing anywhere. But we'll leave that up there because we'll keep testing. So let's take a look at what we got. Let's do some wire stripping. So it looks like we got to strip off a lot of wire. That's pretty long. If I come through one of these and then hook up to here. Use our fancy little wire stripper. At least I cut plenty. I just love that tool. We got our lights mounted up top. That was the last step. Other than turning them on, of course. So I've never done this before, but it wasn't horrible. And just for adding a couple lights to the barn, it did make a whole lot of sense to call an electrician and have him do it. You know, I'm sure he can get it done in about 2 hours. But now I have the experience. Now I can wire a plug, I can wire a switch, and all part of the learning process. So let me pan up, you can see the lights, and then we'll turn them on. That's what we got. Come over here, flick the switch. Look at that, they even work. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you consider subscribing. Maybe hit that like button. We're going to keep on going. The next job is going to be where that tractor's sitting. There's going to be another horse stall. So we're going to get started on that this week. So stay tuned. And this is Hoof and Homestead. Have a great day.